Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody here. Looks like Uncle Lisa's production was first in the room. Thank you for coming in, Uncle Lisa. Mel and Nettie, Living Free Zip Codeless. And we have Meant to Be RVing, our epic RV adventure, who's on the road to Texas and sitting in Alabama right now, I think. And we have Time for Exploring, Camping Therapy, American Wanderer, Fred Christie, hello. Thank you for coming in. And I think I got to everybody here. Artist on the Road, thank you for coming in tonight. Trying to scroll through all these. All righty, I think I got through them all here. If I missed you, I apologize. I think I kind of got a bit of a delay on my end here, so you'll have to bear with me. Linda Baker, welcome to the live stream. All right. Well, tonight I don't have too much on the agenda. I did have a family interview scheduled, POW-MIA family interview scheduled, but they had to cancel at the last minute. But we'll have them on next week, so stay tuned for that one. Great to see you too, Jerry. And I'm looking forward to getting over to Moab this next week, or this, I think Friday it is, Friday or Saturday, and come over to see you. Another interview that I'll have coming up here next week, I think everybody will want to watch, is a new company that it's kind of like a Harvest Host, only it's a company that uses private homeowners to allow you to set up your RVs, short-term and long-term. So I'm getting them scheduled to come on probably on my next live stream as well. So that should be a great one too. But tonight I'm just going to do a real quick update on our full-time RV launch, give a little bit of an update on that, and then I'm going to play just a short clip. Well, it's probably about a 15-minute clip of a podcast that I did with the POW-MIA family, and yeah, time for exploring. Yeah, mooch docking at its finest, only it costs a little money. Text messages popping through here. Anyway, this clip will be a real quick 15-minute clip of a POW-MIA family interview I did for our podcast, Stories of Sacrifice. And then I was kind of excited this week. I got our new hats in. If you haven't seen those yet, there's links down here in the video description where you can, if you want to get one, you're more than welcome to. All the money that we get off these hats, and it's only $5 a hat is all we make off of them. All that money will go to support our podcast and our POW-MIA researching. So you can always visit the link in the video description. So kind of our situation right now, we're pretty much out of the house, our sticks and bricks, and living in the RV, kind of like what Michael and Shelley have been doing. I agree with Michael and Shelley, or with Michael, that it's full time. So even though we're mooch docking in our own backyard for the moment, we are just putting the final touches on everything. The house will not be mine no longer here within the next couple weeks. So we're really excited to get our full-time launch underway, and we'll be sticking around kind of where I live here in Western Colorado. We'll stick around here until the first part of August, and then head down to New Mexico for a few months, and then we're going to try to work our way in through Texas, and I don't know. We'll just have to see where it takes us. But anyway, it's really exciting, but yet it's kind of scary at the same time. You know, I've had this house here now for 10, 12 years, and it's I don't know, it's just going to be an interesting thing to you know, the feeling that you don't have somewhere to go back to. So one of the things that we'll be looking at here is we're still going to try to find a home base, whether or not it be just a piece of land or on our RV, you know, purchase an RV lot somewhere in one of the resorts or something. But we will have a home base to go back to in case we get something like this pandemic that's been going on, and we want a place that our daughter's headed off to college, so we kind of want a place where we can have her meet up with us and have our, you know, Thanksgivings and Christmases and things like that. So but we're looking forward to it. The chat's kind of going quick here. So anyway, that's kind of our full-time launch in a nutshell here, where we're currently at. Hey, Daydream About Nice Things. Thanks you for stopping by, Gary. Good to see you, man. So anyway, the next thing on the agenda here, I kind of talked about the hats a little bit. Let me pull it up here real quick. Somebody was asking Jerry on his live stream here just a little while ago if he had any hats, but I'm going to share with you real quick. Just a minute. Alrighty. All right, let's see if this comes up. But these are the hats that I just had made. It's a company called Lid Launch, and I had a dozen of them made up where I'm going to be giving a few of them out. And if anybody would like to go get yours, you can go to this website and pick one up. I'm getting lost here. There we go. But we got a bunch of different styles, so feel free to grab one if you want one. And I just did them in the Flex Fit 110 trucker snapback, so it's kind of like the one that Jerry had on earlier in his live stream. Hey, Thrifty Angel, thank you for coming by. New Vision Security Services, Blake. Good to see you, buddy. You have a safe trip up to the northeast there from Texas. All right. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm going to make this kind of short. I'm going to go ahead and play a clip of the Stories of Sacrifice, our Stories of Sacrifice podcast, and it was an interview that I did with a family about S1C Seaman First Class Buren R. O'Kane. I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick. Oh, before I get into that, I got to playing around with my GoPro here last week, and I tried doing one of them nighttime time lapse of the stars. So I thought I'd share that too real quick. I left that off my little agenda here, so I thought I'd share that real quick with you. it was real interesting on setting everything up. And in the GoPro, I got the Hero 7, and when I set that up, it actually does it in still photos, over a time lapse of photos. Then you import that into your whatever software you're using to make your videos, and then you speed it up. But I'll share this clip with you real quick. Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. It was fairly light outside. I'm kind of just on the outskirts of town where I live, and so it was pretty light out, from the lights of the city. But I'm going to try to start doing some more of these nighttime time lapses when we get out in the country and everything's real dark. I think they're really cool. Okay.
Welcome to Stories of Sacrifice, World War II American POW-MIAs in the Philippines. This is a production of the U.S. POW-MIA Family Locating. I'm your host and lead researcher, John Barrett.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
Well, it looks like we lost the sound. Did you have the sound to begin with? What's going on there? Well, anyway, the family was able to just kind of give a quick recap on it here real quick. I'll go ahead and keep sharing. Yeah, just a quick recap here. This is the actual airplane that went down. It was shot down by Japanese Zeros, and the family was actually was able to locate a sailor that was aboard another airplane that was actually flying with this aircraft. There was like 4 or 5 aircraft in this group that was doing this recon mission, and a sailor that was aboard another plane. It was a plane that took this photo. The family was able to find the sailor that was still alive. He's 95 years old, and they were able to interview and figure out exactly what happened that day. And as soon as they finished, they were going over and doing their recon mission. And as soon as they pulled out and they were on their way back to their base, the Japanese were able to get a few aircraft up off the airfield, and they were able to actually shoot this plane and caused a fire in the number 3 engine before the other aircraft were able to they were firing at these Japanese Zeros, and they were able to scare them off. But anyway, the plane did fly for another 30 minutes. And this is a picture of the plane with its number 3 engine on fire. And the plane ended up going down just off of an island. And the family was able to finally get a hold of this classified file that had photographs of where the plane hit the water at next to this island. And the plane is located in water that's less than 100 feet deep, so it's diveable. The only issue that the family's having now is they've went to the Defense POW-MIA agency to try to get them to put out a mission to do a survey to see if the aircraft is in fact there, and to try to do a recovery. But the airplane is in Indonesian waters, and apparently the United States government does not have any memorandums of understanding with Indonesia to do these types of missions. So the family is really pushing hard on their congressmen and senators to work with the State Department to try to get a mission plan for recovery of this aircraft and the men that are aboard. So hopefully here, the family, for the family's sake, the granddaughter's still alive, and she would like to see her grandfather come home. So anyway, that's the story on Buren O'Kane. Nettie's been posting the links to our podcast there. Feel free to jump on there and listen to the podcasts. I got 19 or 20 of them up now, and it's kind of the plan for this channel, or my channel, is we're launching full time, of course, with the RV, and we're going to travel to the different hometowns of these soldiers and sailors that are missing in action, and we want to tell their story. Bring you to their hometowns, the places that they grew up, and just tell their story of how they they lived, and the story of how they sacrificed their lives for our country and for our freedom. So that's the plan for this channel, and hopefully everybody wants to follow along with it and see where it goes. So that's about all I have for tonight. I am thinking about going to a weekly live stream. We have quite a few things in store here over the next few months, and it's too much to bring into one live stream, going an hour and a half long. So I'm going to try to drop this down to about 45 minutes to an hour and do it weekly. So we hope you all join us and stick with us. Thank you all for coming in, and we look forward to seeing you next week.